I'm gonna be dropping off from doing videos. I just cause of life kind of thing. I may still do some here and there, and I don't. Maybe in the next week, I won't be able to do them anymore. So I wanted to put a video out, just letting people know that. I think that it's very hard, especially given how easy the media can put you back into a slumber. Most people don't recognize around them evil. And it's difficult well, it shouldn't be difficult to call evil out, but you could say some of it is misguided people. We've had a lot of misguided people that are Republicans and Democrats. Very misguided. I don't think that most Americans would be able to. Can you really say a time when you were where the government was serving you and it wasn't you serving the government? No. One of the things that I think is evil or just very misguided is that there's been all these hearings, right? All the corruption in research, all the corruption in the universities, in the education system, in the healthcare system. And yet all of that being revealed, it hasn't been enough for anybody that supposedly works for the American people for them to do anything about. I mean, the House alone, they do have the power of the purse strings. No money can really go anywhere without their signing off on it. You would have thought 3 years ago, if you truly had Republicans there that were serving the American people, they would have put a brick wall up and said, no, we're not funding anything at all, nothing. Now, a bunch of people could argue that, no, we have to fund this, safety, all that. No, you stop, you serve the American people. So if especially after the hearings, there's been enough hearings now with the science, and yet Rand Paul said himself in an interview I watched earlier today that no, they're still funding. Now, some of that funding is big, your big donors and stuff, but they're still doing gain of function, he said. Gain of function research. And yet it seems like I guess I don't really understand why we have people representing us, or why we even elect anybody, because they don't do anything about the most important crimes that are happening to the American people. Here's what's evil, and because I won't say this is just misguided. Governor Newsom in California, he was able to clean up all the streets in San Francisco, get it all looking nice, do something with all the homeless, all because President Xi from China was coming in. I have a video that I'll duet after this, but never would do anything about it before then, though, would he? But when the communist dictator is coming in, he makes sure to clean the city up, but never cared at all before that. The media doesn't care. They hated a man that said America first. That's how much the media hates America. And yet most people would be like, oh, Bethany, you're just over-exaggerating. No, I'm not. What have they ever done for you? What, you don't have to pay as many taxes maybe one year, but they'll get you eventually. But there's a lot of crimes that have been committed, so it's a slap in the American people's face that the House would give any agency or any country any money. But they will get on the news every night and tell you how it's in your best interest and we're putting the American people first and we're protecting national security. No, you're not. No, you're not. You don't even have enough guts to do the right thing. God, if nothing else, if they are legit people, if they are people of some sort of standard or a statesman type person, they should have resigned already. Because the American people just keep getting spit on. And as long as you keep falling for the same mainstream media, then they know that they'll eventually just put you back to sleep. I started speaking up, over 3 years ago, and I did so because, for one, I saw what Trump was doing. I saw it with my own eyes because, as I said, I'm a nurse. I was taking care of young women fresh out of trafficking regularly. I'd never had that happen in my career. And so that's what made me start looking into things, and then all the hate that so that's why I started speaking up. But the biggest reason is because I have family members, way younger than me, that I don't want them to have to face the world that these people want to take it to. They don't deserve that. And so I've been willing to sacrifice everything just to walk, toe that line. And when I mean toe that line, I mean toe that line and, trying my best to do the right thing, because I am a God-fearing woman. And I do believe in the best is yet to come. I just don't know how soon that will come after 2024 and how many people will be destroyed before then. But I've thought of that in the past. That usually it's usually when you stand up for freedom, it's usually hopefully the next generation or those younger than you, much younger, that will hopefully benefit from you having stood up. And that's okay with me, it is. I just hope that when this does get turned around, I hope that what the youngest people learn the most is that no country, but most especially America, can be free if people don't care about others. Yeah, I know. Nobody wants to hear that, right? It's an easy world to live in if you don't care. It is. It's just easy, and it's easy to become that way because of technology and many reasons. And the media does a good job of placating you and putting you to sleep so that you won't care about others. And most people are too afraid to care about others, or they just don't want to care about caring. And that, to me, is the biggest danger to freedom. The danger to freedom isn't China or Russia, even the government. The biggest danger to freedom is a nation that doesn't care. And people just don't care anymore. They don't care enough, whether they know you or not. They just don't care enough. They don't want to be bothered. So I hope, if nothing else, those young people that I love, and many other young people, may realize when this country does turn around, that in order to keep it that way, you gotta care. Because if you don't care, well, then God's not gonna care enough to let you have freedom.